Good, happy Saturday morning. It's Saturday, July 16, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to the Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started right now. First up, health experts watching BA.5 variant closely. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Right now, 85% of the United States is living in a county with high or medium COVID-19 transmission risk. But that's not the case in the Granite State.
In the New England area, we actually peaked in mid to late May and have been heading down a little bit since that time.
Across the rest of the country, hospitalizations are on the rise, and experts are warning about the new BA.5 variant.
We're saying there is need to worry. This variant is, as everybody has noted, highly infectious, easily transmitted.
In Los Angeles, hospitalizations are up 88% since April. The county is on track to go back to an indoor mask mandate because of BA.5. In New Hampshire,
we will know over the next few weeks whether you're going to see a rise in ICU or deaths related to BA.5. There's usually a 2-week lag between when the community cases start to increase and when we see the impact on hospital stay.
Some health experts believe BA.5 is the most evasive variant we've seen so far in terms of its ability to get through immunity from vaccines and previous infections. However, the current vaccines are still expected to protect against serious illness and death caused by BA.5.
Community transmission is quite low. We'll see as we go into the fall if it begins to uptick and if we need to think about masks in certain settings to prevent that spread.
And health experts say a new bivalent vaccine is expected to be ready in the fall. That vaccine will protect against the original circulating variants of COVID-19, as well as newer variants like Omicron and hopefully BA.5. Live in studio, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Race weekend arrives in Loudoun. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For race fans, there's nothing like it. NASCAR weekend at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
I like to be at the track. The TV doesn't do it justice, so we come to as many races as we can fit in.
For thousands, this is an annual tradition.
This is my one thing every year. I take for 2 weeks, come here, camp, stay right down here, go through Concord, and, there's some favorite spots me and the family like to go to.
For others, it's just a weekend away.
We don't camp out. We're from out of state. We come up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we come out, hang out, and have fun.
Ahead of Sunday's main event, the Ambetter 301, fans are taking in all the sights around the track, including the revamped Fan Zone, with more activities this year for families. The Speedway says the turnout has been incredible so far, with camping lots the fullest they've seen in a while. Staff say inflation and gas prices are not keeping people away.
Right now, we are pacing way ahead of where we were pre-pandemic. We are way above 2019, and we've got so many campers arriving every minute, and I have not seen the campgrounds this full. Even last Monday when I was walking through the campground, just how busy it is. It's amazing.
Fans of all ages are looking forward to the big race.
I like about NASCAR, that I get to see people race, and especially when they're doing burnouts.
And there are races and events happening all weekend long. To see a full list, visit this story on our website or mobile app. From New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudoun, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Are y'all ready for the next?
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Busy weekend this weekend.
The United Nations says while the world has been
Say we don't want that. COVID-19 infections surging across the U.S. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The pandemic and troubling new numbers as this new coronavirus subvariant sweeps across the country. In fact, tonight, here, take a look at the map. 85% of Americans are now living in areas where authorities are concerned about these numbers, where transmission rates are now medium or high. Areas in yellow, they're medium. Those in red, they're particularly concerned over high rates of transmission. Tonight, here, what Dr. Jha is now saying about the current booster that's available and how much it could help if you get this new strain of the virus. Here's our chief national correspondent, Matt Gupman, now.
Tonight, with that highly infectious BA.5 subvariant spreading fast, the number of COVID-positive Americans in the hospital is once again climbing to its highest level since early March. But in LA County, doctors at Providence Cedars-Sinai say, unlike past surges, they're seeing fewer patients in respiratory failure.
We're seeing a lot more patients that have chronic illness in the elderly population, seeing much less of people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Still, experts say the numbers are steadily climbing.
It sort of feels like the public is deaf to the reality of this news. This BA.5 variant is hyper contagious. And right behind it, new variants are coming.
85% of Americans are now living in an elevated COVID risk area. More than half the population now in those orange high-risk counties where the CDC says you should be masking indoors. In those yellow, medium-risk areas, they say consider masking based on your individual risk.
Masking where appropriate, vaccinating people who aren't vaccinating, and boosting people who are ready and eligible for their boost. We can do that, but we're not doing it to the extent that we should be doing it.
And more than half of eligible Americans still haven't gotten their first booster. But a new CDC analysis shows protection against initial Omicron variants increased with each booster shot, suggesting the current vaccine may still protect against serious illness from BA.5.
Very, very clear in my mind that your risk of ending up in the ICU is dramatically higher if you have not gotten a booster, if you've not gotten that third shot.
And David, Dr. Jha and the doctors here with a simple message to anyone over 50. If you have not had a COVID shot in 2022, get one and get it now. Dr. Jha saying it could save your life. It might not prevent you from contracting BA.5, but it drastically reduces the chances of being hospitalized and of dying. David?
Yeah, they're saying not to wait until the booster that's more directly associated with the subvariant this fall. Go ahead and get the boosters now. All right, Matt, that's an important point. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. That does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.